Connecting, going live. Viewers will be able to find your stream. Here we go. Man, I don't know what the hell just happened, dude.
Yeah, I don't know either.
That was like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like the computer literally just shut down.
Just everything. Just weird.
Yeah, everybody's like, what the hell is going on?
Like, no.
It says the connection is very excellent here.
Maybe it was just the computer, man.
Yeah, that's
just
weird.
Pressing a lot. I don't know. You know.
No, I don't know what is going on.
It's a very good computer, so I don't know.
I know. It's like the best computer you can get it
No.
with the processing power.
Yep.
I think what I have it on is an automatic, what do you call it, download software?
Maybe that's what it is.
That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe that happened.
Yeah. But anyway, let's go back to...
the 15 million.
Look at this. 15 million.
It's crazy.
Megabucks Jackpot worth more than 15 million won in Las Vegas. Well, we know this guy's name is Kevin.
Man.
What's his last name? You know he ain't getting all this 15 million, 15.5
No, he's not getting all of it, but
yeah.
The thing for me is, one, when's the last time you've heard somebody hit this much money, though?
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever heard somebody hit this much money, and I think it's because of what's going on. And I think casinos are hemorrhaging as far as getting people in there to gamble. Mm-hmm. And so they're trying to probably push, I mean, you know, it's a big way to push people, but it's pushing even more people to try to go to the casinos to maybe gamble and spend some money.
Yeah. You got to take that mic thing and move it towards you because you just moved my camera, homie.
Oh, sorry. That better?
Well, not anymore. I got to make the adjustments. Don't touch it. I will touch it. I will touch it.
There you go.
Crap. Here we go. Now I'm kind of like, there we go. It's like, what the hell? I mean, we had a good stream going on, man.
Oh, we did. It was smooth too. It was flowing at that point, you know.
Oh, okay. So let's go back to this. 15.5 million on the Megabucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's just take a quick silence and kind of imagine the process of winning. It's like,
it just changed everything.
I don't know what I would do. I think the first thing I would do, I think I would start crying. Like, seriously.
Would you really cry, or would you just...
You know what? I wouldn't cry. I'd probably be yelling, yeah! Just go
maybe
crazy.
Tears of joy.
I don't know. I definitely would be screaming like crazy, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I would have kept to like...
Would you like start calling your mom?
I don't know what I would do if I hit that. Like, meaning I would have to sit there and be like, is this really going on? Like, it's almost like it's fake. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you know how like when things happen and you're so accustomed to something, it's like takes time.
Yeah.
It might take me a few days to really grasp this. I don't know. I would probably call family at some point, but I don't know. I think I would just freak out, man. I think I'd just be, dude, I would act like there's nothing else in the world. I don't have like a care in the world, you know, because that's life-changing money. Not in a sense where, you know, you're going to be in the top 20 or 10%,
yeah.
but you're still making money on that. And I think for the average person out there, that's going to change their life, you know?
I think the first thing I would do is contact an attorney. All right.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would blast my name on there. Would you do that?
No, I think I would. Well, I think what it is casinos like that because it promotes.
Then they got to give me more money.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know, man. Like, to me,
it's like a promotion
because then it's almost
money.
It's almost like this. Now you got to be escorted out.
Yeah.
Now you're a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
You can't just walk out of there and be like, okay, everybody knows who you are and what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would have to get have some police escort to go home. You know.
Yeah. So that's what I would do. I would hire an attorney. Once I get the attorney, right, shelter that money. But I think I would donate some of that money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so too. Well, and the thing is too, is that I think even if you donated it, like I said, if you're somebody out there that goes out and starts buying a bunch of stuff you don't need. Yeah. I mean, that'd be the dumbest thing you can do. Right. I mean, as long as you reinvest it into something, and then, yeah, I would start, you know, giving to charities and giving to people and giving back. And, you know, especially if you already have imagine if you hit that and you already had a successful business. It's not like, then it's just like icing on the cake. It's like, now it's like I got a successful business. I'll just hire people to run it even more, and then what I'll do is I'll take this and now I become somebody that just, creates other opportunities. I'm a creator at that point.
What is the largest slot jackpot ever won? Almost $40 million at the Excalibur, dude. Megabucks.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's a good, I didn't know that was, did you ever hear like 40, what was it? 40,000?
40 million.
Oh, 40 million?
Yeah.
You would think you would hear something about that though.
I'm sure we have, but we just kind of like, it's not us, whatever.
Yeah, but I think maybe because we got less time, or a little bit more time right now.
But I know those lotto tickets, some of these people went up to like 250 million. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think a lot of times it's divided up. You got multiple winners, it's not just always one winner. I mean, if it's one winner, that's another life changer. But just imagine, I think it goes back to, what did this person invest to make 15 million? $40?
Yeah.
That's insane, man. That's insane. Like, that's just instant money right there. Boom. Where at least, and then if like you go to the lottery or something, you don't know, it's got to be validated and everything's got to go through its process. Where this is like, you already won. You're a millionaire now, multimillionaire.
Yeah, but what do you do then?
Like I said, man, you start to really focus on. It's like, I think there's different levels of life, and there's the bottom level, which is.
Oops.
Oh,
maybe it was connected to my phone. Oh, never mind. What it was is, I guess you can hear what's on my computer. Oh, that's not good. Maybe I should turn that off, huh?
Oh, wow.
Did you actually hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Did you actually hear it through the mic, or was it through the
mic?
Maybe it just picked it up.
Yeah.
That's what I was
thinking too.
Now the question is, how many people do you actually think go broke? Have you ever heard that statistics?
Yeah, there's a lot. You know, if you're going to go out and start buying jets and stuff and things like that you don't need, and $500,000 to $800,000 cars, and you think you're, one of those types of people, I think that's wrong. I think most people, the level that they're at, the lowest level, is they're average middle class people trying to survive, trying to get ahead, try to have some extras saved away, and maybe have some investments, here and there. But I think if you hit that type of money, that kind of catapults you into that upper tier. You're not in that top tier, but you're in that upper tier where it's like that, okay, multimillionaire, a little bit more options than obviously the average person out there by far. And then, but you're still not at that top 10%, 20% level. So what does that do for you? I think it just opens up another level of life to you.
Yeah.
In essence.
Don't you think there's like a lot more millionaires nowadays than anything?
Yeah, I do. And that's why I'm saying there's a lot of people with money,
like real money.
Business owner. Yeah, but when you're talking about multi-million,
it just seems like $1 million is not a lot of money anymore. It's sad, dude.
It's still a lot of money. It's just, look, we're not gonna go into this.
We get too accustomed to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like almost everybody on YouTube that I know has over $1 million.
Yeah. Well, and I know a lot of our clients have lot of $1 million.
Too,
you know what I mean? There's just a lot of money out there, but a lot of people are business owners. They're successful. Mm-hmm. But you also have to think that the cost of goods and services are going up, and the cost of living is going up.
Yeah. So
obviously, it's just inevitable that having $1 million. If you had $1 million 20 years ago, that's big, right? Mm-hmm. Having it today is like, it's like making $500,000 20 years ago. You know, it's like, it's still really good money, and it's a difference maker, but it's not a life changer.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big thing.
According to the National Endorsement of Financial Education, about 70% of the people who win the lottery or receive a large windfall going bankrupt within a few years.
See that? Isn't that crazy? And so I think that would tell you this. Okay, what would I do? Remember when I told you about hiring a financial planner? I would literally just say, okay, look, I got all this money. Tell me what I need to invest in so I don't have to work again, and I can it's almost like you're rewarding yourself. How much can I take each year and invest it?
Yeah.
And then I can't touch the other parts. Where should I invest my money? Most people just say, put it all in my bank account, and then they just go crazy.
It's just kind of crazy to me that a lot of people are not financially educated and they rely on like CPAs.
Yeah, but even if you're not, seek somebody that is. That's what you do, right? You're smart at a lot of things, but experts.
Well, here's the thing. You shouldn't always rely on that one person because, I mean, like CPAs, you know, I mean, their job is to make money too as well. You know what I'm saying? No, they don't want you to go out and spending all your money.
Let me say this, though. You got to pick your poison. So would you rather pay somebody like that you might pay money to, but at least you know you're going to have money and they set it up? You can always fire those people, get somebody new, but at least invest it and take the risk that way versus, well, I don't know what I'm going to do and I'm just going to hold on to it. And I think that's the worst thing you can do. Like if you got money and you're not redistributing it in something else, I think that's the worst thing you can do. Yeah.
Now, why do you think these guys actually go broke within a few years? Obviously, we know it's because of, you know, financial education. But a lot of them, it says here that a lot of these winners, they actually quit the day after. They quit their job. And you got to realize insurance is expensive too, man.
No, it is. I also think too that, you know, people think that, you know, I'm going to do things that I've never had a chance to do. And maybe you can. Yeah. But I think the thing is everything's in moderation, but you also have to set yourself up for success. Maybe before you quit your job and do all these things, maybe you find out what is your niche of investing that money and putting it to work for you. Then you say, hey, you know what? Well, I guess now that I'm pulling in $20,000 a month without doing anything, you know, I mean, dude, if you got $5 million.
So would you take $5 million or would you rather take $50,000 a month? What would you rather do?
I would rather take $50,000 a month.
Really?
Yeah. Because I'll tell you why. You're talking about for how long for $50,000?
Well, until the, you know, whatever $5 million's paid off.
Because here's why. You can always set yourself up and say, okay.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You can do $50,000 a month for the rest of your life, or you could take the lump sum taxes paid off $5 million.
No, I would take $50,000 the rest of my life.
Why?
And I'll tell you, it's because if you really don't want to work, that's your only way of really, because it's almost like this. It's just like loans. Yeah. I'm not going to go, but banks give loans to people. In some cases, they do to assets too, but it's the ability to repay it. They're worried about, are you going to be paying that monthly payment? And
so that's the first thing they're looking at.
They're looking at that. So when you look at, well, if I got $50,000 coming in, there's my ticket to freedom. I don't have to worry about working, because instead of you taking that money and having it sit in an account and you're itching at doing something with it, you might make the wrong investment. But if I'm getting $50,000 every month for the rest of my life, that's being conservative, but it's also probably being the smarter, taking the longer route of doing that, or the better route.
Well, one thing that I realized, you know, making a little bit of money here and there, the whole idea is really to make as much as money as you can, to stack that money, then take that money, right, and invest in something that gives you a higher rate of return. I would probably take the $5 million, and here's why. Because I could take that $5 million, and I can be very nimble, and I can pivot and profit quickly to stack my money. Okay, $50,000 is not going to get you that much every single month. I mean, think about this. If I made $50,000, but I wanted to invest into a business, right, and the business requires me to put down $1 million. How many months do I got to save that money in order to get that $1 million? I mean, that's over like 2 years.
But you also have to think that how many people are in a position like you that's been in the saddle of doing this stuff for 10 years?
It's not about being in a position like me. I'm just saying what I would do. And what I'm trying to get across here is that I want you to see the both sides of things. Do you see what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's not always best to go with the $50,000. Sometimes it's better to take that lump sum, and it's what you do with that money.
Let me say this, though. Do you think everybody out there is as confident in investing that money like you would? Like, not just you, but let's say your peers, right? People you speak with and around. What if they don't have the confidence? What if there's somebody that's the average worker out there that's just working at, you know, a union job, or they're working at a factory, and they just got a bunch of money. Yeah, they're probably not going to know what to do with that because they're worried about just survival mode, right?
Yeah. That's why 70% of them go broke, because they probably do take that lump sum, all right?
Yeah,
and they spend the money. So yeah, you're better off of taking the $50,000.
But if you're somebody in a position where you have options,
yeah,
you know, you do well. We all do pretty well. But again, I think it's, do you have options, and would you know what to do if you had more options? And I think that's what it is.
So, I mean, you at least got to be smart enough to look at yourself to determine it's a better route for me to do the 50,000
100%.
or take the, $5 million.
Everybody knows their own characters, their own skeletons in the closet.
Yeah,
right?
Skeletons. You coming out of the closet?
Yeah, come out of the closet. They all know what's going on, man.
Yeah.
You know what your problems are, and a lot of people, they get tied up in the old nightlife, and sometimes they get tied up in doing drugs or whatever it is. People just start making money, and it's like, man, I'm bored. I think monthly distribution gives you enough where it's like, hey, I can still have options, but I'm not going to just blow everything. You know?
I mean, shit. I can't just imagine all that money, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
All that money. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Wow. Let's read some of these comments, man.
Okay. You want to read them?
I prefer you to read them.
Okay. I'm not a tax attorney, but I believe that if you make the donations, you'll be able to affect your taxes, which will be impacted pretty hard winning that amount. So I don't know. I'm not a tax attorney either, so I couldn't tell you on that. I'm sure there's something around that. I'm sure, but I wouldn't know that answer. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, if you were, let's say that you were going to donate the money, would you still donate the money even though there's taxes involved, like additional taxes for you?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, at that point, I'm not watching every dollar, like, I get it.
Well, it's not about watching every dollar. I just felt like, you know what, I'm blessed. I'm taking home 10 million. I'll just give you 5 million, whatever's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now here's the thing. I ain't giving 5 million and I'm paying taxes. I'm only left with 2. Like,
then we got to have a problem.
Yeah, we got a problem. So maybe I will keep 5 million, pay 3 million taxes, and donate 2 million. You know what I mean? But I definitely would have to kind of research the charity.
Yeah, before anything, you're like, don't just like, oh, let's just gonna go throw some money.
Yeah, exactly. Because the other day, remember we did that super chat?
Yeah.
Okay, so we raised $37.50, whatever it was for super chat, right?
Yeah.
So, like I mentioned during that radio show on Wednesday, remember Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is where we talk about real estate and financing. So if you guys have not had a chance to check us out, every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we talk about real estate and financing. Anyway, I think it was that day, or it was a Saturday. That's what it was with Jason. So we raised the $37.50. Now, I did mention that, this was just kind of a test run on the super chat to see how it works. And I was pretty excited that we were able to get that money. But obviously, I didn't want to keep that money. So I said, hey, I'm going to donate that money. Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't know who to donate it to. So now, the other day, I did a video and I posted it up because I am a man of my word. Mm-hmm. I didn't know who to donate it to. So I literally went to Smith's to grab some fried chicken. Because you know how I love my fried chicken.
Is it always from Smith's?
Always from Smith. I don't know what they do about that fried chicken, but man, that fried chicken is so good.
It's homemade, man. It's not so it's not the traditional
it's got that
KFC.
Little crispy to it, that chicken thigh.
Although we did talk about the fact that, and we're not going to go into the topic, but Americans love their fried chicken, man. I mean,
that's my weakness.
Everybody loves it.
So anyway, you know how like during this time of holiday seasons where they have what's that person with the bell?
Who?
They got like a bell up front and they got like this little can that you throw money into.
Oh, Salvation Army.
Yeah, Salvation Army. So I did a quick posting just to let everybody know, here's the money. I'm a man of my word.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and donate.
Did you get a receipt? I'm just playing.
No, I didn't have time to get a receipt.
I'm just playing.
But I had a couple comments. They're like, why are you donating to that fund, man? It's like, they're crooks. I'm like, dude, it's a thought that counts. It doesn't matter what they do with the money. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Look, at the end of the day, nobody really knows what it. You go give $5 to a homeless person, which I've done, or I give
That's
them food.
it?
Well, just whatever.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, what do you give? 20?
Hell no, I ain't giving no 20. You know what I can do with $20? $20 is a lot of money.
Listen, all I'm saying is you give when you can.
I gotta feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I feel like giving.
Yeah.
But you know what's weird is like sometimes and this is my first time ever telling anybody this, and I'm about to tell you guys this right now on the radio. Okay. There's times where, well, there's been a lot of times where I always pay it forward. Let me give you an idea. The last time I was in front of McDonald's, and this was probably maybe a couple months ago, going through the drive-thru. All right. And there was a car in front of me. You know what? Something, Holy Spirit, I don't know what it was, but I was like, I'll go ahead and take care of that guy's thing.
What place was this at?
It was like McDonald's.
Oh.
Matter of fact, it wasn't the person in front of me. I'm sorry. It was the person in back of me. So it's like I went up, I paid for it, and said, hey, how much is that? That's the first thing I asked. How much is it? If it was like $80, never mind, I'm good.
What was that? What would be that limit?
Well, when it comes to that, there's really no limit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So done something like that, and there's times where it's like, I'll go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
And, I think the last time, we were in Hawaii, or maybe the last time we were on the Strip at, what's that, remember Forrest Gump? What's the name of that?
Gump
yeah,
Shrimp.
Bubblegum Shrimp. Oh, man, there's these two kids. Me and my wife were eating. There was these two kids on this side, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were eating. He was probably like 14. His little brother was probably like 8. So he was taking care of his brother. Like I was like kind of like really peeping the scene. And I could tell like he was a real big brother. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally took care of his brother. He was looking out for him. Like you could tell like the love. But you could tell like the parents weren't there because they were gambling. Right?
Yeah.
So, I told the waiter, hey, let's just take care of these. You know what I'm saying? These kids. But they would never know. But probably what I did was probably left that memory with them. Say, hey, you know what? We were in Vegas one time we were at Bubblegum Shrimp, and we didn't have to pay for the food.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But they never knew. You see what I'm saying?
Well, speaking of where the kids would go, I know parents a lot of people do. They used to take their kids to Circus.
Yeah, and leave them there?
Well, they would have like a 13, 14, 15-year-old kid watch over them and just give them money. Go. We'll be back.
Get on your way, kid.
We'll be back in a couple hours.
Don't worry about that. You're good. Now get the hell out of here.
Or go sit in an arcade playing. They used to have like nickel games over at like, what is it, Nevada Landing and all this. Like there's a couple of casinos like State Line.
Yeah.
So they used to be able to do that. But going back to your reference.
Yeah.
I did that at Starbucks.
Did you?
Yeah, so I'm driving through and I got a couple of things at Starbucks in line and I'm just sitting there and I was baffled because I got up to the line and she's like, oh, no worries, sir. The car before you already took care of you. I was like, what do you mean? I got to pay for my stuff. She's like, no, you had 2 coffees and you had like, I think it was like a cheese Danish or something. She's like, yeah.
Cheese Danish?
Cheese Danish.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's real good.
I never had one of
those. I like my cheese Danish. Now
you did mention that burger the other day. You described it pretty damn good. I had to go get one.
Well, the thing about some things that like the texture is good, like the cheese Danish if they warm it up right, especially in the morning.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's just like it just comes right out of the oven. It's all hot, and you just you put it on your little napkin.
Dude, I'm gaining calories already.
I'm just telling you, it with that, and then you get like a nice hot coffee.
Yeah,
you're good. But
really,
going back to the story was so I ended up paying the car behind me. And paying it
See,
forward.
Look at that. You're passing it on down. You know what I'm saying?
And it,
I wonder how many times does that happen?
Well, I actually saved money too because the car behind me only had a coffee.
What a douche. What else have we got here? Somebody just said, let me scroll back up here. Where's that one comment? Somebody said something about the new 100,000 is the new Melon or something. Let's see where we're at. Story about the guy that won $30 million and ended up going bankrupt is wild. Dude, $30 million, you go wild. Athletes blow $1 million quite often. There was an article that I read a couple years ago that a lot of athletes, they do go broke. Well, because they start flossing and all that stuff.
They do that, and they also buy stuff like that. But also, too, I think they're in an atmosphere where they have a lot of people with money, too. And also they probably have doors open up that we probably would never know as somebody that's like, middle class. Like, for instance, they probably have parties or they have stuff going on and you know what I mean? Like they just have more people that are at their fingertips that have money. They maybe feel like they have to live up to that.
Yeah.
Where if you're just an individual that makes money or won money, it's like, who else do you know around you? Usually most people don't have, multimillionaires hanging out with them unless you're a multimillionaire yourself.
There was a story somebody that was telling me the other day about there was an athlete, a football player.
Yeah.
And he wears like fake gold chains.
Fake?
Yeah, like fake.
Huh.
And he announces it and he's like, dude, it's fake. I don't care. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of cool actually.
Well, maybe it's like tricking your mind, Like how they get. Let me give you an example.
It's just all looks. I mean, they're just buying for looks.
Think about it like this. It's like, this is the thought that comes to me is, you know how when you go and like they make food that doesn't taste as good, but there's like a more healthier version, like healthy cookies or whatever. It's kind of like that. You're not getting the same, problem with eating cookies. It's like, what if you're somebody out there that you trick your mind and it's like a fake gold chain or fake watch or something.
Yeah.
That, maybe you're just like, dude, I'm just going to go with the flow. Who cares?
Yeah. No, I got you. What else we got on here?
Oh no. Let me see here. The loss you take on a $5 million versus long-term payments, you better make some solid investments to recoup the losses. I think it kind of goes back to what we said.
Yeah.
99% can't or shouldn't trust themselves to handle a lump sum of money. Temptation gets the best of them and they blow it. And before you know it, they're broke again.
Mm-hmm.
See, there you go. And I think it's like this.
It seems like a lot of people do agree with you though.
Well, I think it's if you have money and you've sustained that money for a period of time and getting, like, let's say you make $1 million and then you have 5 now. Well, you've had $1 million, so you understand how to make that $1 million.
Yeah.
But some people don't know how to make that $1 million, and they don't know what to do with it. Yeah. Obviously, if you made that $1 million, you know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm. And what I realized is a lot of people, they see other people that make $1 million, they're like, oh, that guy's lucky, or it was easy. Dude,
it's not easy.
There's a lot of milestones that you got to get. Now, I was told that when you make your second $1 million, it's supposed to be easier than your first $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see. But I mean, what constitutes that you have $1 million? Is it in assets? For me, I would say that you would have to have liquid. It's about what you have liquid.
I think a lot of people though, man.
Because if you want to say, hey, if you're a multimillionaire, so then, yeah, I can say technically, yeah, I'm a multimillionaire, but I don't really count that. I would only count what you got as far as cash, like liquid. I mean, that's my thought process.
Yeah, but you can sell that asset and somebody will buy it. So I think, I'm not saying that that's liquid. It's not comparing that, but you still judge somebody.
What says that you're a millionaire? You see what I'm saying?
It encompasses all of your assets, not just your liquid. That's what I'm saying. Like, just because you got liquid, if you have 7 properties and they're valued at 200 to 300, dude, if you want to put them on the market,
yeah,
there's your $1 million.
But you still got to sell it though.
Still, it says what the market's out there and what consumer confidence and people are willing to spend. If the value of the home is the value of the home,
yeah,
it's no difference of the value of a stock or whatever. If you sell it at that time, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
go up or down too.
All right, what else we got here?
Let me see. Give it to me in 10s and 20s going straight in the mattress. Man, that must be a big mattress.
Dude,
to store that much money.
Okay, so now let me ask you this, because like Floyd Mayweather, he's always like going to the bank and having $1 million, like just pulling out $1 million. When I got that kind of money, I think money's dirty. Like, I just don't want to carry that. I would rather just have a card.
It's all image, man.
No, it is. But my question to you is that, would you rather use a card or would you just have cash?
A card.
Yeah.
See, just like you said.
And do you feel safe of having your money in the bank?
No, here's what it comes down to. This is a perfect thing for me, and I thought about this the other day.
Yeah.
So, if you're somebody out there that was nothing and made money, you want to let everybody know you're somebody now.
Yeah.
But if you're somebody that has money, was born into money, they don't want anybody knowing that they have money.
Yeah.
And it's a big difference. It's about how you grow up and where you come from, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So if you grow up and you were poor, or you just didn't have a lot of options, or you were the average middle class person, and now you got, what is it, 200 million in the bank? Something like that. I don't know what he's got, but anybody like that, at every corner, at every angle, they want to say, look, I made it. And prove that. And that's fine. But I think most people that have money, born into money, they don't want anybody to know about it.
They're always hiding it, huh?
Well, they're just low key, man. You know, they're low key people. Like, you can tell.
And I think that's another thing. It's like when you start making a little bit more money, now it's about how to protect the money, how to control that money, but not own that money. Yeah,
and it's almost like, and I hate to say it, but people like in situations like that, it's almost like they have low confidence or something. Like, look at me, I made it. Like, look at me, what I'm worth. Look at what, you know, at the end of the day.
I'm guilty of that, man. The other day I was flossing 2 watches.
Yeah, but that was a gift. You know, that was a gift. You didn't go out and buy it and then floss it. That was a gift.
Thanks, Joey. I do appreciate that.
You know what I mean? That's a big difference. But you're also not at every corner, like, you know, making it rain. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just.
Well, I don't have that much to make it rain.
But even if you did, like.
I make it drizzle.
Make it drizzle. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think that, you know, it's always about proving, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a status thing.
Mm-hmm. All right, what else we got here?
They have it where you can have it. I don't know what this means. They have it where you can have a second holder after you die. It'll cost you, though.
Mm-hmm. How's about this? When you hire an investment banker to invest it, I will take up the lump sum, $50,000 a month. Ramen every day, man.
Then you hire an investment banker to invest it. I would take the lump sum, $50,000 a month. ? LOL. Yeah, I mean, here's my thing is that if you're not smart with your money, which 90% aren't, 95%.
Yeah.
You know, why would you want to put yourself in a position where you just don't have money coming in? So, you know, it's just like a lot of these people with assets, you know, they have $2 to $3 million in the bank and they're like, you know, I don't have a job and I'm not working. And I was like, okay, well, what do you have? You know, I got investment properties, but I write all the income off. So basically you got no income, right? So I say, well, take some of that money and have a monthly distribution set up, you know, make enough in there for 3+ years and we can get you a loan. See, the point is why I'm bringing this up. It's not about the assets or the money.
Yeah.
It's about the ability to repay anything, and monthly distribution. I would rather take it because I know it's coming every month.
So if somebody has $5 million, right? Shitty credit, can you still get financed? I'm talking about like dirt credit. So you still need income coming in.
Yeah, you need good credit too. I mean, you can't have, you know, a bunch of collections on there. That's your history of who you are. So, well, if I was just like a landlord, you have properties. Would you look at somebody and be like, well, you got about 50,000 in the bank, but your credit score is a 450 because you just don't pay anybody. What would you do?
Well, first thing I would do is take the whole year deposit.
Well, that's the only way, right?
Yeah.
Same way with this one.
So you would have to buy cash.
Yeah.
Basically.
Exactly.
All right. What else do we have here? Okay. Is that what you feel comfortable doing? Okay. Nope. Let's see here. You can actually get more from the payments. I guess you could. Let's see here. Okay, we already did all this here. What else do we have? People are just chatting it up.
I got one right here.
Yeah.
On the California Lottery website, they have a handbook on what steps you should take if you hit big. Lawyer, tax advisor, etc. That just tells you if they got that on the website. They're just there to. I mean, it's a good thing that they put that on there. So that's actually something good.
Yeah.
By Jeff. But you know, you also have to look at the character of that person. Are they going to follow that?
Yeah.
You know, they just read it and be like, I'm just going to do what I think I need to do. You know, it's kind of crazy.
Oh, Floyd Mayweather, you know that he has $300 million in a single bank account. FDIC only insures $250, which is correct. But I'm sure he's got this money spread out all over the place. And that's also a good point. I mean, at $250K.
That's a good point, Ken.
Like, where do you put all your money then? I mean,
well, not in one area.
And I spoke to this banker. There's certain guidelines with this insurance policy here with the FDIC. And what was the abbreviation for FDIC again?
What is it? Federal. I don't know. I forgot. Look it up. I forgot the actual name of it.
I knew it before because I did the research on it.
Everybody just goes by the abbreviation, which is funny.
Know.
Let me see here.
Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation.
That's what it is.
Wow. Woo. $250,000. That's it. They should at least cover you for like $1 million.
Yeah. Well,
because if not, then you would have to open multiple accounts through different banks.
Also think about this. Does the average person out there have more than 250 in the bank now? I would say absolutely, because obviously, you know, people we're putting money into circulation, which ultimately, you know, costs and goods are going up because of that. So you're going to have more income to support that. So what does that mean for you? It just means that you're going to have more money, you know, making more money as a business owner or somebody out there. So you would think that they would insure a higher amount than that, especially with these banks and how much money's been printed.
That's crazy. The median net worth of an average U.S. household is $97,300. The median, the middle point. Wow, isn't this crazy?
Where?
In the United States.
Yeah, it's going up because the housing's going up. Think about it. I mean, even here.
Now, under 35 years old, the median net worth is only $11,000. The average net worth is $76,000.
Hey, there's somebody right there that says if I won $200 million, I'd buy $50 million in gold.
Ooh.
That's
that's a lot of gold, though.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
There's worse ways you can put it, though. You know, I mean, I'd rather do that and hold on to something like that where it's got a longevity or history of it.
I mean, I definitely would have a portfolio, maybe a 10% gold, 10% of silver, 10% of, you know, crypto. And I'll probably have a huge portfolio, probably 60% in real estate and another 10% probably in the stock market. Pretty diversified. What are you laughing about?
If you win it big, start binge watching Graham Stephan videos. LOL.
I don't know if I won that kind of money. I want to just focus on one person. What I would do is do, you know, high amounts of extensive research on that topic and come up with my own conclusion. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the other thing too is see these questions we have right here?
Yeah, what are the questions?
Just like what we're talking about.
Yeah.
This is the same thing that people go through if they won money.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? And then all these comments up here, there's no real like, hey, you know what? This is exactly what anybody should do.
There's really no right answer, man.
No, it's just, but there's safer havens. There's less, you know, more control, less risk. I think where's the less risk of it all, you know?
Now it says the FDIC is only a factor if the bank is not secure, stable. There's a website that ranks how stable every bank is. Ooh, that's really good. Hey, what's the name of that website? Some banks are too big to fail, so the FDIC limits would never be a concern. Okay, so let us know what that website is. I'm actually curious to know.
Jeff? Lynn Scott?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
All right, what else we got here?
Do you invest in Europe real estate, Chuck?
No, I don't. Right now, I only play in my background because I know my background really well. My backyard, I'm sorry. Did you buy that apartment building? I actually pulled out of that deal, and here's why. At $360,000, I would rather leverage out $1 million to buy a 30-unit building. So I'm probably going to hold off on that. And the reason why I didn't pull the trigger on this 6-unit building is because it doesn't cash flow me enough money. Yeah. And it's not worth the time, right? So I might as well just go big and go home. So my minimum requirement by doing the math, I think I'm going to do a 30-unit apartment building. Unless if I get like a hell of a deal, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the reason why I'm going to do a 30 apartment building is because so that way I can hire property management and it just covers the cost of everything. So that way I could just step away. So true. That's kind of my minimum threshold is 30 units. But I mean, talking about that, I don't even know if this market is going to crash. But what I do know is I've been starting to do research again on Fourplexes. Yeah. And the Fourplexes, what's great about that is you can just do a traditional loan at 20% down.
But what year are they built and when did they stop getting built here?
Well, they don't even build them anymore. I would say around like the early 90s that they stopped was the last one because of zoning. But anyway, I'm seeing a lot of them are like $450,000, which is crazy because even though that you put down 20% and you're leveraging out your money, you're really making no money. And based upon what's going on, and if you take a look at that income level, right, that's typically people that make about $35,000 or less a year.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people in that income level are non-essential jobs.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to probably start to see here is hopefully a wave of foreclosures in that sector.
Yeah. Well, you also have to put, though, how many people in that sector own homes. You know, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot.
Well,
but
it doesn't matter if they own a home. It's, you also have to understand is if they're buying a fourplex, paying $450 for it. I mean, your nut on that thing is probably like $30-something, $100,
mm-hmm.
and it's like I would say $3,500, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still got taxes, you got insurance. I mean, what are they really making? Like $200?
Yeah,
it's not going to be worth their
small
time.
Margin.
Exactly. All they're doing is just holding on to something, and a lot of those units are pretty much all beat up. Where you probably need new electrical, you probably need new plumbing. You got to redo the outside of the property, right? The grounds are probably not even that great as far as like the gravel, the driveways and stuff like that. So I'm thinking what's going to happen here is that sector is probably going to get hit hard. And I would probably play that sector because $100,000, you can buy 5 units. You see what I'm saying?
For $100,000?
Well, you're going to leverage that at 20%, right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if the market does tank and you're only putting 20,000 on, let's just say if it was 100,000, you can literally buy 5 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, 200,000, you can buy 10 of them. That's
40
40 doors, dude.
That's a life changer.
Dude, 40 doors at like $550 a piece.
Yeah, so that's a life changer.
Dude, let me just tell you right now, the math. This is gonna blow your freaking mind, dude.
Also, too, though, you have to have the capacity to rehab those homes and go in and.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? You can't just go in and think that I'm just going to put the money down and. You gotta have resources.
And that's another thing. A lot of these fourplex owners are doing. They're buying it, but they don't have money to throw back into it.
That's what I'm saying.
So I mean, if you were getting $550 per unit, right? 40 units, that's $22,000 a month, dude.
On one, or on all of them?
On all of them.
That's pretty good money.
That's really great cash flow, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty good money.
I mean,
think about that, man. I mean, you just hire somebody like a property manager or somebody that goes and takes care of it.
Yeah. And you know what? My property managers, I would actually pay them really good, but I tell you what, man, I would have my thumb all up on them, bro.
No.
Like this how we run in this ship. Okay?
Yeah, it's funny.
Like you checking in every single month. You know what I mean? You managing everybody, but I'm managing you.
Let me ask you a question. So, like, you know how there's no HOA, but you were on the HOA board at one point, were you?
Yeah.
Okay. You're really kind of managing that area too, right? That's what you were there.
Well, that's the whole purpose of it. Yeah.
So you kind of have experience with that too, probably a little bit too. With just
I actually jumped off the board, and the reason why I jumped off the board is because that was actually a disservice to my community, and what I mean by that is that I just didn't have the time.
I see.
You see what I'm saying?
So you got to have somebody. You got to be something where it's like you're got the time to invest and really focus on it when you just got too many other things pulling at you.
Yeah, exactly. And there are other people that wanted to be on the board that I believe that could serve the board a lot better than I could.
Yeah.
Now, when I was on the board at the time, I was the president, and
Wow.
I thought that was a cool role.
I think too, and it's like it gives you an idea like what.
Yeah, how things are ran and operated.
Exactly. Like where's the money go?
Exactly, the financials, and that's one thing that I learned about the HOAs is like the reserve study, and it was good for like real estate.
Where does
in general.
the money go? I mean, does it go to obviously?
So here's the thing. It doesn't go to like a third party company. It goes into a bank account.
Okay.
A trust, and we control that trust. Then there's also like reserves.
So you guys are the trustee if you're on there?
Yeah, basically.
You're the trustee. And
I mean, we don't get that money. We just control that money.
You can delegate where it goes.
Yeah, of course. We can say, hey, you know what? We want a brand new gate. Let's get it going. We sign off on it, and we use that money. So we literally control where all that money goes.
How many members are on that usually?
It depends on the community. You have to have an aquarium. I think it's called aquarium. Correct me if I'm wrong here. So what that means is you have to have at least 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5.
So it's got to be a majority vote.
Yeah, basically. You see what I'm saying? So we only had 3. We had a president, treasury, and the secretary. Believe it or not, the secretary, the treasury does most of the work. The president just sits back. So that's the reason why I like that role. But it's just a cool title. But you still
have the final say-so, huh?
Well, it's not the final say-so. We would all have to agree. So,
So it's kind of like their Congress.
Like 2, no, it's and then 2 out of 3.
Could you veto it?
No, it's not like that. It's just a 2 out of 3, basically.
Yeah.
But I was very conservative on the board. Like, I never liked to spend money on the board.
Yeah.
But there are some HOAs that are managed, and it's just like mismanaged, and they're spending money all over the board. And next thing you know it, you have to hedge against like inflation. And basically, when things come up, like you already know, like HOAs every year, or not typically every year, HOAs will go up. And the reason why, and a lot of people are like, oh, I hate HOAs because it goes up. You have to understand, when you have a community, there's things that are going to go wrong. Okay, the life expectancy of certain things, just like the paved roads, they only last about 15 years before you have to resurface it, right?
Yeah.
You have to pay for landscaping. People don't think about this. You have to pay, you also have to take a look at your surrounding neighborhoods, right? Because you do have like landscaping out there too as well.
Mm-hmm.
You have power bills, right? You have a pool, you have a gate. So these are things that people just don't even think about.
So if you're somebody that won a bunch of money, obviously you wouldn't even be looking at HOA, but it would be something to consider. Some of those HOAs out there, like if you bought an investment property, are pretty high, right? As far as like the fees and stuff.
Yeah, because they may have more than other things in different communities. You know what I'm saying? They may have a golf course. I mean, they may have a guard gated community.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else we got here?
All right. Let me see.
Why would you put $1 million in the bank when you can only get 5% interest at best, or 0.5% at best? Better to put it in a pretty much anywhere else. So I guess he's saying that, why would you put it in the bank? Wouldn't you rather put it anywhere else? You'll make more money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we talked about diversification.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Depending on the interest rate, Charles, it's actually chakits.
I think he was asking. No, he was.
Oh,
talking
he's talking.
I think he was talking to Charles.
Oh, up here. Oh, gotcha.
Too good.
Sometimes people call me Charles.
His name is Too Good. Charles Too Good.
Charles Too Good.
That's funny.
All right, what else we got here?
Housing market might crash next year if the COVID doesn't get under control.
I know, it's kind of going a little bit crazy, and there's like a new strain on that shit, isn't there?
I mean, they've said that it's mutated,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Like a Ninja Turtle?
Yeah, like a Ninja Turtle. It's going to come up from the sewers. No, I don't know. I mean, look, I think that when you look at what's going on, I mean, with this market and what's happening,
mm-hmm.
I do think that we're in a position where we may, I don't know about Vegas, but I think as in general, as an economy, we
mm-hmm.
may slow down and kind of regress a little bit on the housing values. But
yeah,
I mean, just wait to see. Is the COVID affecting many people where, like you said, it's essential businesses that are staying open, non-essential or not.
Yeah,
business owners, but are people starting to adapt and pivot to work from home, figure out other options as far as still getting their work done? And I don't know. I mean, if it depends on a combination of things, it's layers. How big the COVID goes, what sectors are really going to be consistently hit. Like obviously, hospitality's been hit.
Mm-hmm. I know the guy with the Megabucks. He ain't worried about it.
Yeah, no, he doesn't worry about it. Not at all. But yeah, I mean, could we see foreclosures happen again? Yeah, it's a possibility.
All right, what else we got before we finish this thing up?
All right, question: after this pandemic COVID situation, does down where things are at back to what? Question: after this pandemic COVID situation, does down where things are back in running? Are you going to be still hitting the pavement like you always did on YouTube? Okay, so he's saying after this pandemic and everything goes down, are you still going to be running and hitting the pavement like you do and producing those videos?
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of like part of the job now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, your thing though is you've done stuff solo. You don't have like a crew. Like you do have some people, but I mean,
yeah,
man, you're just a guy you're a grinder. So in your world, it's kind of.
Oh, I don't like that. A grinder.
I
gotta work more smarter.
Well, what I'm saying is that
you gotta work smart.
You enjoy what you do, but you're still going to be doing what you do as far as videos, and there's nothing going to change you or derail you because you like the grind.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like the result. You like the grind. You appreciate the grind. We talked about that.
Yeah.
So
I just can't get away from it, I guess. I don't know what it is. I mean,
I think you enjoy it.
think about it. We're still here.
Well, I think you enjoy it. I do. I think you enjoy the results of what comes from just your everyday process.
No, I gotcha.
It's the process you enjoy.
Well, guys, I just wanted to say thanks for tuning in. If you guys have not had a chance to subscribe to this channel, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Dan also has a YouTube channel as well. He does real estate financing. I think it's under Dan French. Is that correct?
Yeah, just Dan French.
Dan French. Also, don't forget to stay tuned to this week, a Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is where we're going to only talk about real estate and financing and what's going on in the Las Vegas housing market. Again, if you guys have not had a chance to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Other than that, until next time, guys, have a great day.